Political issues, and of course trending issues. My name remains Emenike Irebu, the anchor of the show. On this show today, we are zeroing down to Abia State, and we are going to look into one or two political issues with the spokesperson of Dr. Alex Otti campaign organization, and also he also doubles as a media aide to Dr. Alex Otti, who is the gubernatorial candidate for Labour Party in Abia State. So today we're on this show with Mazi Ferdinand Ekeoma. Ferdinand, you are welcome again.
Thank you, Mazi
You're welcome.
Thank you.
The political season is getting charged up. A lot of things is happening. The campaigns will be officially opened up towards the end of this month. So what we are looking at are just general issues. We're not going to look into deep campaign issues until those the season is actually activated. So for now, we'll be looking at what is happening in the party and other issues. And I know that you're going to enjoy this, our show. So Ferdinand, let's go straight to the discussion of today. Your party, the Labour Party, have been having activities of recently. There have been a lot of meetings holding. How has it been this period? We've not talked for some period of time. How's it been?
It's been good. It's been good. Labour Party is the party of the moment. Everybody is talking about Labour Party. It occurred like a tsunami. Many people didn't see it coming, even though those of us who saw the crisis, the confusion, and the distractions in the APC, that they were becoming too much and unbearable, we took a decision to leave the Labour Party, to leave the APC. And we did it when nobody was thinking about Labour Party. But one of the reasons why we decided to go the direction of Labour Party was because we consider Labour Party as a pro-people party. That was one of the, and because Dr. Alex Otti, even prior to now, had been at the forefront of championing, the welfare of Abia workers, Abia civil servants, Abia pensioners. So we thought, in our analysis, in our discussion, in our considerations of the direction we would go, we felt that it would make sense that we go to a political party that we consider naturally in the principles, and ideas and the philosophies and the manifestos, to a great extent, are pro-people. So we took that decision to go to the Labour Party. And in fact, we just stayed about a week or thereabout when Okute, Mr. P2B, the former governor of Anambra State and our presidential candidate, now called his friend, Dr. Alex Otti, OFR, his long-term friend, people do not know, very, old friend. They've been friends for years. And called him. I said, I know you are here. I am coming. Please stay put. That was how it happened. And you can see a lot of things are happening. So we are doing serious mobilization. We are doing serious reach out. We are trying to align across board. We are trying to bring a lot of people on board because we want to do something different, something new.
Okay, that obviously means that Alex Otti joined Labour Party before even Peter Obi.
So of course.
So that was not. It's not the Obi frenzy that made him join.
Not at all.
The Labour Party.
Not
so let us move to another issue. Other states have been holding their 1 million march for Peter Obi, your presidential candidate, and some time ago, Abba, they tried holding a 1 million march also, which did not come forth. Are there any plans in this direction recently?
Okay, there will be a rally. Okay. Whether it's 1 million or 10 million, the number nomenclature it really does not matter. Okay. But we will definitely hold a massive rally that will shake the foundation of Abia. This place is like the home of P2P. This place is like the headquarters of Labour Party.
Wow.
And of course, when you look around, you see the caliber of candidates we have for House of Assembly, for House of Representatives, for Senate, and of course, the governorship candidate, which is known across the federal, man that is known within and outside the nation, a well-respected figure. So that alone tells you that Labour Party is well seated here. Labour Party is grounded here. We are not saying we've got everything, but we are definitely going to do some. We are on ground. So if we say we are doing a rally, it should be a rally. That's all. So the what people, I don't know the few individuals they say they wanted to hold a rally. We weren't even aware of it. We weren't involved. Of course, if we want to hold a rally, nobody can stop us. I can assure you of that. You can take that to the bank. Nobody can stop us. Okay,
we're still on this program focal point where we discussed, of course, what's happening in and around us. And I still have in the studio with me Ferdinand Ekeoma, who is the spokesperson of the Alex Otti campaign organization, and who also doubles as the media aide to Dr. Alex Otti, the Labour Party governorship candidate for Abia State. We are still discussing politics. Okay, let's go into this issue of the inauguration. The campaign council, which you emerged as a spokesperson, was inaugurated few days ago. And can you give us an insight of who are the key persons that are there?
Oh, thank you. First, thank you for congratulating me. Even though I had expected you to.
Congrats.
I had expected me to do some hendo. Even if you take me to Shikwata, you've not done that. But that's okay.
Council. Okay.
It was a special occasion. Of course, to run election and win it, there are certain things you need to do. And one of those things is to have a well-organized campaign council. So last 2 weeks, Dr. Alex Otti inaugurated the Alex Otti campaign council, chaired by the former House of Representatives member, Pastor Nanawu. He's the chairman of the campaign council. And we also have another former House of Representatives member in the person of Honorable Acho Obioma, popularly known as Jomen. We've got a lot of other people, those in charge of finance, those in charge of mobilization, contact and mobilization, with, media, which of course I'm the spokesman, and we also have a director of media in the person of Chief Otta Carlo, popularly known as OTK. we have a lot of other people, those in charge of religion and pro groups, contact and mobilization, media, transport, and the rest of them. So it went very well. It was a fantastic, and of course, we had a lot of friends and supporters and religious leaders. We also had the Bishop of Methodist Archdiocese of Umuahia, very Reverend Dr. Ukbuko, who was here to pray, was in Umuahia to pray, for the council members, just ministered and blessed the activities that took place that day. And it was Dr. Lesoti also used that opportunity to unveil our deputy governorship candidate, Engineer Ikechukwu Emetu, who is his running mate. So it was a fantastic outing. And of course, what it means that we have taken off with the inauguration of the campaign council.
Okay.
And we are waiting for the campaign. While we do our underground work, of course, we are waiting for campaigns to take off.
Okay, let's look at the running mate of Dr. Alex Otti. The news of his unveiling by Dr. Alex Otti trended, considering his age, which was 34. 38. It trended, and national dailies carried that particular news. Considering his age, is there any special reason why Dr. Alex Otti went for that young man to be his running mate? Because it's rare in this our climb these days.
Okay, that is a kind of a move from the old order. We are talking about youth inclusion. We are talking about youth involvement. Like we would say, it's youth o'clock. We have had presidents, prime ministers in different parts of the world. These days, look at them. Look at the French, prime minister. Look at people we have in different parts of. Look at the Australian prime minister. Just across the world, we are seeing the emergence of young persons, youths, in key leadership positions. And Dr. Alex Otti, being someone that is youth and women friendly, thought it most appropriate at a time like this to do this positive shift by picking a young person, a vibrant young person, an engineer, in the person of Engineer Ikechukwu Emetu, as his running mate. That will help bridge the gap between the old and the young. Even in our political party, the Labour Party, today, look at the obedient movement. You can see the people that are championing it, and mainly the youths. And now elders are now queuing up, and having seen the audacity exhibited by our youths in championing the cause of change, it's a kind of revolution. That's what is happening. Youths are taking over, and that is how it should be. Because we've, for a long time, our youths have kind of been isolated from key leadership positions, and it hasn't augured well for the country. So it makes a lot of sense, that Dr. Alex Otti took that very laudable decision to pick a young person, a 38-year-old man, as his running mate. And of course, we know it's going to yield a lot of results, because it will be easy for him to reach out to youth, it will be easy for him to mobilize the youth, it will be easy for him to relate with the youth and give them, that conviction that this government, Dr. Alex Otti's government, would be youth-friendly, will accommodate them very effectively.
Okay, the spokesperson just said that based on that nominating of a 38-year-old man as a running mate, it shows a sign that Dr. Alex Otti's government, if by the grace of God he emerges as governor of Abia State, will be very much youth-friendly. Let us move to another issue that we observed on that same day. We observed some very key APC chieftains who seems to have joined the Alex Otti team, who seems to now have aligned with Alex Otti. Even one of the head of the campaign, which is Acho Bioma, who is a former House of Rep member, was a chairman of APC, one of the factions, exactly, who now moved, and then well, there are other people there.
Yes.
What exactly is happening? Is APC collapsing to Labour Party?
Of course, APC should collapse for the good of for the good of Abia. Most of the political parties should collapse. So it's of course you mentioned Chief Obioma, even Honorable Nanangu, you have Victor, KG, you have Chief, Otti that I just mentioned earlier. A whole lot of them, a lot of other people. We have a lot of candidates, people who are not running, people who are running, and we also have more people in the APC who are supporting Alex Otti. We have more who are going to join very soon. Because even before we left the APC, most of the leaders there were unanimous that the ticket should be given to Alex Otti. That Alex Otti was the most capable, the most consistent, the most prepared person to fly the flag of the party. So it's, for us, it's a good development that people are leaving the APC to join the Labour Party. It's not just so, of course, you saw PDP as well. People are leaving PDP to join Labour Party. And it's a good development. It's a fantastic development. And we're excited about it. Because what we are talking about is the development of Abia State. It's not about party. If you dwell on, because you belong to this party, and you must remain there, even when you know that your party has not taken the right decision, that your party is not taking the right decision, or the party does not stand a chance of rescuing the state. So it makes sense for any Abian that is concerned, about the decline, about the decay, about the deterioration in the leadership of Abia State, to say, let's move over to this place. Let's support the best man for the job. So we are excited that our friends and loved ones and allies and many, concerned citizens in the APC are leaving the party for Labour Party. So it's a welcome development. We're happy about it.
You've heard him right. He said he's happy. He's good. He feels good about it, and I hope it will not go the other way very soon. Labour Party people join us.
No. The possibility is not there. You can see there is an atmosphere of peace and tranquility.
Okay, this
in the
is
Labour Party.
This is Focal Point, where we discuss everything happening around us, political issues and other trending issues. And I still have in the studio the spokesperson of Dr. Alex Otti campaign organization. That's the person of Ferdinand Ekeoma. He also doubles as the media aide to Dr. Alex Otti, the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate for Abia State. Of course, you are aware that Otti have run for this position 2 times, and this is the 3rd time. This is the 3rd time.
Sure.
Are you guys really ready to clinch this time around?
We are ready. It's destined to happen now. And that was why it's unprecedented in our history that somebody ran an election and did not disappear. We had seen people contest in the past. After that, they disappeared. Either they disappeared or they realigned and joined the government and became part of what they said they were coming to correct. Alex Otti remains the only man who contested the election, contested again, remained there, remained consistent, remained committed, he remained focused, continued to fight for the people, continued to defend the people, continued to raise his voice. Because it's dangerous for you to believe as a leader that the only time you can talk is only when you want to run an election. Election is by the corner. It doesn't make sense, because after election comes governance. So you should be able to scrutinize and say, okay, I'm not the governor. I'm not an elected public office holder. How are our people faring? What is happening? These people that are in charge, what are they doing? But if you disappear and wait for another 4 years, what if a state doesn't exist again before that next 4 years? Because
some people say it's their style, that they allow government to do the job. They don't want to be a clog.
When people do not know what to say, for the defense to put out, they say they don't want to distract. They want to. What is the role of an opposition in every part of the world? The role of the opposition is to take government to task, to remind government of its responsibilities when the government is not doing it. Call the attention of the government, put pressure, legitimate, constitutionally allowed pressure. We didn't carry arms. We didn't fight anybody. We didn't shoot guns. All we have always done is to ask questions. Use all the instrumentalities of the media, use our contacts to ask questions. This is what we have done. So we are prepared, and we believe that God has a reason for sustaining Alex Otti, and this alone should tell Abians that God is behind this project. Because God does not send you on a battle without getting you prepared. It's not easy to contest for governorship for 3 consecutive times. It is not an easy thing. So what it implies is that Dr. Alex Otti ab initio was equipped by his God to fight and win this. And the signs are clear. The signs are very clear that the accomplishment is happening this time around. And of course, it's going to happen for the good of Abia. It is in the interest of everybody to have Alex Otti elected the governor of Abia State.
Yes, if we allow Ferdinand Ekeoma to keep talking here, of course, he would know that he would talk for the next 5 hours and he will not exhaust even just one question that we are just looking into now. But then let's look at one thing that I want to chuckle him a little bit. Today, some of the party members have been criticizing the government seriously, vehemently. In fact, there seems to be the hottest people now actually criticizing the government. But today, the governor of Abia State inaugurated a brand new flyover, first of its kind in Abia State. That is the Osisioma Interchange flyover. In fact, his friend, his very good friend, Governor Wiki of Port Harcourt of River State, was there live and direct to commission that flyover. And of course, I passed there some days ago and it was a good sight to behold. Well, I know you have something good to say about that. What do you think?
It's a good development. Yeah. Who doesn't want development in the state?
Beautiful.
Who doesn't want development? This is our state, for Christ's sake. So when we talk, and nobody stands to gain anything if the state sinks.
Okay.
So when we speak, when we ask questions, even those who condemn us are beneficiaries of what we are saying. Because when everybody begins to clap for the government, even when you know the government is not doing well, you will be a victim of your support for what is not right. So, commission of that project, execution of that project, is one of those things we have been asking for. We know just one. Where we know that
we have one.
Where we know that in Ebonyi they have, I think, 12 or how many?
At least starts from one.
So they say that at all, na him walk pass.
Nine bad pass.
So make we manage this one. Now we will get. Now make I talk like hold on.
Yes, in the words of Federal, say at all, na him bad pass. And if you have one, and it's down to history that is Governor Kuzepazo that built that one that we have. You know, people are still asking that the cost of that flyover is too high, but I think we should be thanking God that we will have one. Do you think we should talk about the cost of that flyover?
Well, you know, we have heard 5 billion. We have heard 4.5 billion. We have heard different figures, but we know that the cost is outrageous. Unfortunately, the government is not. You know,
the government talked about terrain. You know, it talked about piling those places.
That place is a fantastic terrain. It's just like when my friend Onyebuchemaka said that what they were doing at Port Harcourt Road was what do you call it? Fox Road was a construction masterpiece. And in the matter of most, the roads in question collapsed. So there is nothing extraordinary about that place.
Maybe the master went out, it became pieces. You know, when master goes
out. That location, that Osisioma, there is absolutely nothing wrong about that place. It's a very strategic. The road is good. Topography is fantastic.
You are not an engineer.
I'm not an engineer, but you and I know.
You're not an engineer.
So there is nothing. There is no excuse to justify whatever outrageous costs. The thing may have so there is that one is not, but it's okay.
Okay, we are still on this issue, on this program focal point where we discuss happening issue, and today we are zeroing down to Abia State, and I still have in the studio at this moment Ferdinand Ekeoma, the spokesperson of the Dr. Alex Otti campaign organization. He also doubles as the media aide to Dr. Alex Otti, the Labour Party governorship candidate for Abia State. We are still on this issue of some of the party members who have been criticizing the government very hard. We have Honorable Ginger Onwusibe, the honorable member representing the Isialangwa North State constituency, who also is the Labour Party candidate for Isialangwa North and South Federal constituency. Ginger Onwusibe recently was petitioned to the police in Abuja, and he went there and he slept one day in the police, but the next day he was now he now came out of the police, and back and forth there have been these issues. And your party also released a communique saying that any political violence that happens in Abia State, it should be placed on the doorpost of the government of Abia State. Why would you do that?
That is the right demand to make. That is the right statement to make, because we are bedeviled by a lot of challenges in Abia. We have workers not being paid as at when due. We have thousands of civil servants being owed unjustifiably. We have pensioners, many being old as much as 13 months, above that. We have insecurity rising on a daily basis. We talk about the issue through axis, kidnapping. We talk about the Umunochi axis. Serious kidnapping, high-profile kidnapping is happening there. People are being abducted. People are being killed on a daily basis. So we actually expect a state that is grappling with these challenges to be more responsible, to be more reasonable, to be more focused in trying to tackle these challenges, not trying to aggravate the situation by indulging in acts that are capable of inciting, capable of leading to breakdown of law and order. You can't just wake up and begin to intimidate and threaten political opponents, because the PDP-led government is threatened by his popularity, by his acceptability, by the massive followership that he's enjoying from his people. So because of that, they feel they need to intimidate, they need to bully him and bruise him out of the way as very early. Unfortunately, that is dangerous. So because of that, they've been threatening him, they've been writing all kinds of frivolous petitions, saying they insulted the governor. What do you mean by insulting the governor? For Christ's sake. And you petition him and took him to Abuja. He was invited. The next thing, he was detained. Of course, we put people, our supporters and his friends, put up maximum pressure to ensure that he was released. If you have anything, please go to court against him. When they're saying the governor has a free right, he has the constitutional right to defend himself if he feels anybody has injured him, if he feels he has been defamed, if he feels he has been threatened, if he feels his life has been endangered, he reserves the constitutional right to seek justice. But people must not resort to self-help, because we have seen violence unleashed against our supporters, especially from Abia South part of the state. This is where these things are happening. Destruction of billboards, threatening of our supporters, dispersion of gatherings involving Labour Party members and other opposition members. It's not limited to Labour Party, our party. But as the main opposition, having Alex Otti as the face of the opposition, we cannot keep quiet. We will challenge it. We will stop them. It is a democracy. Everybody has a right, to exercise the right. People must exercise their constitutional and democratic rights. You don't have any to bully them, to stop them. So that is why we are saying we are peaceful. We have made it clear, and nobody can accuse us of having engaged in any act capable of causing a breach of the peace in Abia. So we also expect the government to lead by example. The government should actually be at the forefront of ensuring that there is peace in Abia State. It's a very simple thing. So we are saying, because everybody knows our stand, everybody knows what we are doing, that we are pursuing that. Look at what the government is doing. Should there be a breakdown of law and order, the PDP-led Abia State government should be held responsible. That's our position.
Okay, we've heard from the spokesperson of the campaign organization. I can remember vividly also that the governor of Abia State, during his speech, during the Abia Day, said he called on all political party members and opposition party members to please make sure that the election of the 2023 election is peaceful. He called for a peaceful election. So as a media person, I will also be charging the governor to make sure that he backs up his words with action and tell his supporters. Recently, that was what happened in Osisioma, where a traditional ruler, I don't know if they gave him the Eze. This one they gave Eze recently.
Thank you.
I don't know. The Eze came out himself and said he was going to shoot. He was going to shoot an opposition party members that came for a meeting.
I'm happy you just reminded me of that issue. It happened, in Osisioma.
Yes.
And that is barbaric.
Very, very, very.
That's the medieval action that should not be tolerated by any decent, any responsible government. But has Abia State government issued any statement? So they have not. Have they arrested the man? They have not. Possibly, they may have even finally given him the staff of office.
Up his words with action, because we need Abia State election 2023 to be peaceful. We want people to be able to come out and vote, because violence stops people from coming out and vote.
Sure.
I would not want that to happen. We want people to have the freedom of coming out to vote and vote who they want to. This show remains focal point where we discuss all discussables. We are
in a broadcast company. Do you desire to communicate effectively? If yes, then you must register and attend this 1-month course tagged Basic Broadcasting and Effective Communication Training organized by Gold Inc. Communication Limited, owners of AFTV, on radio and television presentation, cinematography, photography, news and video editing, online journalism, blogging, news writing, news correspondence, newscasting, effective communication, phonetics, public relations, broadcasting engineering, and graphic design. Employment opportunity to fill up vacant job positions in the company exists after undergoing the training. Certificate of participation will be issued to all participants at the end of the course. Purchase your registration form with 2,000 naira at AFNEWS office, number 2 Bank Road, beside Polaris Bank, Omahia. Training holds on Saturdays and Sundays only for 1 month. Come and register and learn the art of communication from communication experts and professionals. Improve your communication skills and increase your communication efficiency and be able to communicate effectively and powerfully. For more enquiries, call 0806 356 8266. Training for employment. Do you desire to work in a broadcast company? Do you desire to communicate effectively? If yes, then you must register and attend this 1-month course tagged Basic Broadcasting and Effective Communication and Television Presentation, Cinematography, Photography, News and Video Editing, Online Journalism, Blogging, News Writing, News Correspondence, Newscasting, Effective Communication, Phonetics, Public Relations, Broadcasting Engineering, and Graphic Design. Fill up vacant job positions in the company exists after undergoing the training. Certificate of participation will be issued to all participants at the end of the course. Purchase your registration form with 2,000 naira at AFNEWS office, number 2 Bank Road, beside Polaris Bank, Omahia. Training holds on Saturdays and Sundays only for 1 month. Come and register and learn the art of communication from communication experts and professionals. Improve your communication skills and increase your communication efficiency and be able to communicate effectively and powerfully. For more enquiries, call 0806 356 8266.
Going to other issues, recently Dr. Alex Otti was given a title, a chieftaincy title from the Ohoho.
Training for employment. Do you desire to work in a broadcast company? Do you desire to communicate effectively? If yes, then you must register and attend this 1-month course tagged Basic Broadcasting and Effective Communication Training organized by Gold Inc. Communication Limited, owners of AFTV, on radio and television presentation, cinematography, photography, news and video editing, online journalism, blogging, news writing, news correspondence, newscasting, effective communication, phonetics, public relations, broadcasting engineering, and graphic design. Employment opportunity to fill up vacant job positions in the company exists after undergoing the training. Certificate of participation will be issued to all participants at the end of the course. Purchase your registration form with 2,000 naira at AFNEWS office, number 2 Bank Road, beside Polaris Bank, Omahia. Training holds on Saturdays and Sundays only for 1 month. Come and register and learn the art of communication from communication experts and professionals. Improve your communication skills and increase your communication efficiency and be able to communicate effectively and powerfully. For more enquiries, call 0806 356 8266. Training for employment. Do you desire to work in a broadcast company? Do you desire to communicate effectively? If yes, then you must register and attend this 1-month course tagged Basic Broadcasting and Effective Communication Training organized by Gold Inc. Communication Limited, owners of AFTV, on radio and television presentation, cinematography, photography, news and video editing, online journalism, blogging, news writing, news correspondence, newscasting, effective communication, phonetics, public relations, broadcasting engineering, and graphic design. Employment opportunity to fill up vacant job positions in the company exists after undergoing the training. Certificate of participation will be issued to all participants at the end of the course. Purchase your registration form with 2,000 naira at AFNEWS office, number 2 Bank Road, beside Polaris Bank, Omahia. Training holds on Saturdays and Sundays only for 1 month. Come and register and learn the art of communication from communication experts and professionals. Improve your communication skills and increase your communication efficiency and be able to communicate effectively and powerfully. For more enquiries, call 0806 356 8266. Training for employment. Do you desire to work in a broadcast company? Do you desire to communicate effectively? If yes, then you must register and attend this 1-month course tagged Basic Broadcasting and Effective Communication Training organized by Gold Inc. Communication Limited, owners of AFTV, on radio and television presentation, cinematography, photography, news and video editing, online journalism, blogging, news writing, news correspondence, newscasting, effective communication, phonetics, public relations, broadcasting engineering, and graphic design. Employment opportunity to fill up vacant job positions in the company exists after undergoing the training. Certificate of participation will be issued to all participants at the end of the course. Purchase your registration form with 2,000 naira at AFNEWS office, number 2 Bank Road, beside Polaris Bank,
to come out and vote, because violence stops people from coming out and vote.
Sure.
I would not want that to happen. We want people to have the freedom of coming out to vote and vote who they want to. This show remains focal point where we discuss all discussables. We are going to other issues. Recently, Dr. Alex Otti was given a title, a chieftaincy title from the Ohoho Council of Traditional Rulers. How did it go?
It went very well. It went very well. It was during the Iwaji Festival of Ndoho. Of course, first of all, we attended that of Iwaji Ibeku, where Dr. Alex Otti was invited, and of course, he honored the invitation of Ibeku people, and the Ibeku, Iguasa, the rest of them, and it went very well. From there, we also honored the invitation of the Ohoho people who were doing the Iwaji as well, and they deemed it most appropriate to honor Dr. Alex Otti with a chieftaincy title. The conferment was done by the chairman of the Council of Traditional Rulers, is Dr. Nnamdi Ofegbu. And of course, Dr. Alex Otti was honored with the chieftaincy title of Enyoha.
The friend of the people.
Ohoho. And of course, they read out the reasons for that. They recognized and admitted the fact that Dr. Alex Otti is accomplished, that Alex Otti has proven his mettle in different facets of life. In character, he is worthy of being honored, is worthy of being celebrated, that is worthy of being recognized by the people of Ohoho, that they consider him as a worthy friend of Ohoho land. So it went very well. It was a fantastic outing, and the excitement on the faces of the people spoke eloquently about their appreciation, about their recognition, about their endorsement of that chieftaincy title conferred on this worthy person called Alex Otti. It went very well.
Yes, that was the Ohoho conferment of Dr. Alex Otti with a traditional title. The spokesperson just said that it went very, very well. Okay, let's look at another very important issue of endorsements. There have been some recent endorsements from different groups endorsing Dr. Alex Otti for the 2023 election. There's a particular group which I can't remember very well again, who said that he is the best person to turn the tide in Abia State. And now we've had another endorsement from outside our shores, all the way from the United States. We have a US-based Ghanaian by name Dr. Kofi Aman. He said that Dr. Alex Otti is the material. What do you think is attracting these commendations and endorsements?
You see, when you look at the type of friends Alex Otti has, when you look at the type of, for example, you look at somebody like Professor Pat Utomi, you look at Soludo, when Soludo emerged the governor, and the transition committee starts, for how many weeks? Alex Otti was the subcommittee chairman on I think on economy, where he had up to 5 professors. He also, including Professor Tony, in this committee. He personally chaired that subcommittee. That tells you, that speaks a lot about Alex Otti's level. That speaks eloquently about the recognition, about the respect, about the importance attached to his personality by some of these erudite and accomplished individuals like Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo. And of course, such a person, you expect him at all times to endorse and support Alex Otti, because he knows that Alex Otti has the pedigree, he has the experience, he has the antecedents, has the network of contacts, has the knowledge, has the exposure to actually serve well. You have a P2B who was here a few weeks ago, speak so eloquently about Alex Otti and made it clear that Alex Otti is an astute manager. And he said it that when I was living as governor of Anambra State, I handed $50 million and 12 billion naira respectively of Anambra money to Alex Otti as the then MD and CEO of Diamond Bank. So this endorsement from Dr. Kofi Amon is a welcome development. He is an accomplished, well-respected Ghanaian. He lives in the United States, Los Angeles, United States, but he is globally recognized because he is a well-known financial expert. He's an investor of the first order. He's, a real estate mogul, very accomplished. And he said it, that while Dr. Alex Otti was in First Bank, that he collaborated with Dr. Alex Otti, to bring Western Union to Nigeria. This man in question, that Kofi Amon, was actually the brain behind the coming of Western Union to Africa. So such personality, well respected in Ghana, well honored, well recognized. So when such a personality is endorsing you and saying, he didn't just endorse, he said he was ready to play any role that might be needed to ensure that Alex Otti wins the governorship. Why? Because he believes. When we talk about that, look at Ghana here, look at Nigeria, and look at Abia. Abia is part of Nigeria, and Nigeria is part of Africa, and Ghana is our neighbor. They are our neighbors. So a man of such, stature, a man of such standing should naturally, especially somebody who has shown extraordinary passion for, for the betterment of Africa, would naturally want somebody who had an encounter with, somebody he considers, a guru, to be, to emerge the governor, knowing the impact it will have for Nigeria and in Nigeria. So we are excited about it, and a lot of other endorsements are coming because Alex Otti has dealt with a lot of people, and the testimonies are just fantastic. Testimonies are fantastic, and that is how it should be. So we're excited. There are a lot of other groups. We have those who are coming from area. We have, those from Abia Poli, different places, staff and pensioners. We have people who are coming together to endorse him, because whether anybody likes it or not, we have bad governance as an existential threat in Abia, and we must do everything to stop it. And the only way to do it is to elect, when the time comes, is to support the best man for governorship. So Alex Otti's ambition is receiving serious endorsement across board, and a welcome development.
Yes, he just said that the only way to stop misrule or bad governance is to elect people that are capable. Abians, 2023 is another time for you to deep hand them and elect people that have the capacity to do the job and change the tide. Where we are at the moment is not obviously not where we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be far ahead, and the time again is coming very close. Let's go to national as we end our discussion today. Of course, we'll have more discussions in the future. Let's look at the issue of Obi. Peter Obi, of course, is at the moment he's touring Europe. He has gone to some part of Europe. He has gone to UK. He's now in America, and he's talking to Nigerians all over the world. And some Nigerians who are of the opposition party are saying, "Why are you going abroad when the people that will vote you are here in Nigeria? Why are you going abroad?" Can you tell us why he's going abroad?
First, P2B is a Nigerian. P2B lives in Nigeria and doesn't live abroad.
Yes.
He has been interacting with people here. And after everything, he will come back here. But we have millions of Nigerians, tens of millions of Nigerians living abroad. So he has been to Germany, has been to the UK, has been to he's in the United States and other countries. He is not only going to be elected by Nigerians, because there are many people there who have their PVCs who will come here to vote. There are many people there who will play one role or the other. There are people who will contribute. This is how it is done all over the world. What P2B is setting is an example worthy of appreciation, worthy of commendation. He's setting a standard that is beyond what we had known. And this is how it should be. If somebody says, I am a presidential candidate, he should be bold enough to step out and interact with the people he wants to govern. That is how it should be. So, and that is why you can see the rousing welcome. You can see the massive support and solidarity that he's enjoying abroad. That without his consent, without his endorsement, people are ready to pay heavily to be present and listen to P2P. You think there are a lot of Nigerians that live abroad. I know a few friends I interact with. They will tell you they are tired of staying abroad. But because of what they are hearing, because of what they are seeing, some people are afraid. What happens? Because one misstrike, either you are kidnapped or you are killed. That is the truth. So we want to disabuse the minds of these people. People want somebody who can give them hope that we can actually get it right. And it is in that man that they see that hope. So that is why that his presence there is a welcome development, and the people are endorsing it. That's how it should be. Because after touring there, he will come back. It will be unfair to just stay here, campaign here, without going there to also talk to the people, because they've been reading and watching a lot of things on the social media.
They want to see one-on-one.
So they want to see one-on-one. So that's why they're so excited that finally Obi is here.
Obi is here.
And they want to be obedient. You know, the man we are seeing on television, you know, it's just like where you watch Messi or see Ronaldo on television. You know, maybe you're a fellow Man U supporter. I'm a Chelsea. Okay, so you are watching see Ronaldo, and suddenly you hear see Ronaldo is coming to town. You know what it means?
It means a lot.
So as far as we are concerned, Obi is the world best, and everybody wants to see then and associate with him. So
you see, as far as he is concerned, that Obi is the world best. Yes, it's left for Nigerians to actually choose who they think is the best to handle this country. Well, as we are winding down this interview, of course, we'll have more interaction with the spokesperson of